Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. I said them trials and trials and tribulations. Them trials and tribulations. Them trials and tribulations. I don't know exactly what it is you're going through, but this is my side of the story. I think it's like news. It's all broken down. The negative energy, it always comes around. And I know that evil spirit, and I know he really hears it when I moan and groan and sitting back. Man, I know I'm grown, but sometimes, man, I'm really acting like a child, 'cause I can't make this money really come around. Yeah, just being real about my situation. Living with the parents, man, I gotta get about my situation and really see the better view. I know that my boy is missing me too, and it's okay. I'm gonna go live. Matter of fact, I'm live right now. These people don't really know my name, but they see my closet, see my worries, and they just don't come around. You can hear the breeze. You know what you need. Jesus is coming in, saving you and me. Alright, coming to you live from Apopka, Florida. Trials and tribulations. We're all going through it, and in this episode, I am going to explain what I'm going through with my trials and tribulations. As a new parent, it is always hard. I know that anyone that's listening to this that is a parent can understand that, especially the beginning, especially when you're in a relationship that is toxic, you're not married, living with the mother-in-law. It's something that needs to be talked about, though, from the man's perspective. The women, they get all the rights, they get all the luxuries, so to speak, being able to keep the child, being able to see the child every single day. I'm going, without saying, any names, I'm just going to tell you flat out what's really going on. So me and my girlfriend, ex-girlfriend now, we decided around April that we wanted to have a child. So we tried, and, we tried even before that, and we didn't have too much success. But the one thing, God makes a way, and we tried, and we talked to a few people, family members, and decided when we had to do it, how we had to do it. You don't really need to know how it's done. But my point is, he was planned. Our baby boy was planned. And when he came into this world, I'm going to definitely just leave out the pregnancy, even though I will put in a note that I was there throughout the whole pregnancy, taking care of my ex-girlfriend. And, when he was born, it was amazing. I'll never forget the day I seen him come out of her stomach and how I felt so little, like an ant, even though he was the little one, and how he grew so fast. In the 2 months span, me being with him brought so much joy. But unlike a lot of us, we were very unprepared for what was to come financially. We're very loving and affectionate people. He was definitely taking care of it. And we had a lot of support with both families and, in WIC, and, unfortunately food stamps kind of cut us off. But, just financially, it was tough because in the process of a pregnancy, I'm looking for better jobs and, trying to get a better career. And, something that I did when I was 24, 25, even when I was probably 26, and then being in the system, not necessarily prison, but county jail, my violation of probation, then, even before that, the probation, alcohol related. And I lost a lot of jobs because of that. It definitely wasn't the interviews. I'm very well spoken. I'm very polite. I know what a company what they're looking for in a candidate. But I was up front with a lot of them about what they might see, and it just didn't work out. I had to stick with a job that I didn't really like, a lot longer than I wanted to, and then I finally got something a little different, and this was after he was born, and I transitioned into going into a different job where I could make a little bit more money, a little closer to the house. So I started that. I didn't plan on even, I had an interview for another job, ended up getting that job and trying to work both jobs. And, I had to quit a few of those because I had another job opportunity when I had to move out of my ex-girlfriend's house, and her mother, it was tough. I didn't want to leave, but I felt that I needed to leave. Our relationship was pretty bad even during the pregnancy, like not necessarily during the pregnancy, but before it was rocky. But we worked through a lot of things. I will give her credit where credit is due. She tolerated me. I tolerated her. The moral of the story is that it seems that we weren't meant to be, and I tried to make it work, and she even tried to make it work. And unfortunately for the little boy, he hasn't seen his father in over a month. And forgive me if I'm kind of jumping around in this podcast. It's just a little hard not to have the mind wander a little bit. The mother won't let me see him, and in the beginning, after we broke up, a lot of the times that we were going to meet up, a lot of excuses came up, and I think a lot of it has to do with her mother, but that is a whole nother podcast episode. But and I'm not even going to do that. It's just unfortunate. Money got tight, tensions got tight, and the mother has a pill addiction. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that she's, hasn't worked on it, hasn't tried to go into rehabs or anything like that. But after the baby was born, she obviously needs the medicine, but not necessarily anxiety medicine that she abuses. I know it's not an opiate, but at the same time, it can be abused. Started taking those kind of pills again. She took those kind of pills again behind my back. And how I found out, our relationship, like I said, it's been really rocky. And, one day, after a week of being, arguing and, between the mom and my ex-girlfriend, I just kept trying to see the bigger picture in my baby boy. I wanted to be with my baby boy, but at the same time, I wasn't happy there. I was doing so much for the kid, our kid, riding a bike 4 miles to work and 4 miles home. I'm not making excuses. I'm just telling you my side of the story. Being tired, and I did a lot for that kid, and her mom and my ex-girlfriend would be out for hours on end and no contact, not even letting me know where they're really even going, and that was concerning to me. I believe her mom has a pill addiction too, and they both used each other. And I got accused of, well, not necessarily charged or written in the, the assumption of it, but, I got accused of empty pill bottles in my closet, which, if anybody knows me, I am no pillhead. No. Have I done some in the past? Yes. But I never really liked it. I've seen what it does, not only to my ex-girlfriend, but girls that I've known in the past. I've heard stories. But this is the weird part of how I found out that she was back on her pills. And I kind of knew, and I saw some red flags. There were nights where she would be in the living room painting her nails and nodding out, and I'm wondering why she hasn't come into bed with me and our son, because our son would sleep with us in the middle. And there'd be nights where, well, mornings, 5 o'clock in the morning, she finally comes to bed, saying, "Oh, I was falling asleep, sitting up." She likes to play victim. And I saw the red flag. She was being very forgetful. Now respectfully saying, she's had a motorcycle accident in 2014, and she's, been on medications, but I found out one day they were taking my child and not telling me where they were going, and at first they were telling me that they were going to leave and they were going to leave the kid with me, and almost even left without me even saying goodbye, but I caught them right before they left so I could be able to at least say goodbye to my boy, and stated, "I don't know where they're taking you, but I hope you're safe," and just walked back inside. Come to find out, her mom comes back, a couple hours later, and doesn't come back with, I almost said her name, but my ex-girlfriend and the baby. And I'm asking her, "Where is my child? Where is Cindy?" At first she wouldn't tell me nothing, but then I started recording. I started to record this taking place. And then once I started recording, she came up with the lies saying, "Oh, she's with her father. She's with her father shopping." I said, "Well, her father works." "Oh, she's saying that he's off." I knew that was a lie, but anyway, she left, and didn't really tell me the truth about where my son was. And I come to find out that I don't have any rights till paternity is filed, because we're not married or anything. So, but they leave, and I'm getting worried because I haven't seen my son, haven't even really heard from my ex-girlfriend at this point. She was my girlfriend for, it was like the crappy breakup. But I called the police, filing kidnapping towards her mom, because I held her more responsible than even the mother, because she left. She had the cars. The mother-in-law is the one that's I held accountable. And sheriff comes up to the trailer, and it's the same trailer. It's the same sheriff that came to the trailer that talked to my ex-girlfriend, because they filed a report that, I took their pills and empty pill bottles in my closet. And I know that it was her mom that came up with all that. But I only got another minute, so I got to really break this down. I was going to do, some Bible verses, but I'm probably going to have to do another set to this, so I will. I'll do another part 2. But moral to the story, I find out from a cop that talked to my ex-girlfriend that same day and said, that I was being controlling and stopped being controlling, and that, they're not accusing you or anything, but they found empty pill bottles, so they're just trying to make me look bad. They're trying to throw dirt on my name because I couldn't provide. For not only I could provide for my ex-girlfriend and the baby, but I had to provide for her mother as well. A lot of different bills and everything, and I know that that's a part of growing up, but at the same time, I'm in a relationship which I was in a relationship with my ex-girlfriend, and I tried to, enlighten her, my ex-girlfriend, about that. Being like, we need to save, we need to get out of your mom's house, I've known for a long time that they need to be broken apart. It doesn't mean I'm not saying broken apart like they can't see each other, but just can't live with each other. They both have an addiction that is very, very horrible. And I've seen what it does to them and everything. So I moved out, and that's where we are now. Not necessarily now, but a month later, jumping from different jobs. But I hope everyone has a blessed day, and share this if this can maybe help someone.